Blink. Because is a conjunction, because the grammar Nazi in me cannot function without you connecting words, sentences and clauses. Blink, because introverts like us need pauses in between conversations that drag too long. Blink, because our song is out of tune with this world. Blink, because we've swirled too many whirlpools in the voice that sings inside our head in octaves too high with too many syllables of pain. But you were once a dirigible that sailed through the overcast clouds away from the maddening so-called normal crowds. Blink, because in that moment I'll take a picture of you, eyes closed, wondering, even though my blundering hands can never get the moment right, maybe I could never focus on things that are close, things that are broken and hollow, like the pills you break to swallow to not go insane. Blink, but do not think that in that moment of absence, when everything is sinking, that I'm not around. There's a sound to the silence of our awkwardness that only we can hear. There's a rhythm to the anxiety of having people hear what we're saying, but you'll never find us praying to a God set in stone. He is static and doesn't blink to acknowledge our presence. He is drowned in peace every year and is reborn with the tide. But where? Not a phoenix. The only thing that rises from our ashes is the dust of time that has settled too deep within our bones. But love sometimes transcends all time zones. There's a clinical term for us and it isn't happy. Blink, because this sappy love doesn't seem to be real. Blink, because it's surreal to have a dysfunctional mind that thinks about how negatively it's thinking and still can't do a goddamn thing about it. Blink when doubt has clouded your self-worth and given birth to a blink of uncertainty and a blink of anxiety and the apathetic blink of a society that just doesn't understand. There are people throwing frisbees, but no one there to receive them. Blink instead of rolling your eyes because they have stories, but no one there to believe them. Blink because we're all paper boats that float in an endless ocean of longing. Blink because our sails are restless with belonging to someone else's desires. Blink because we're spontaneously combusting and the ashes from our fire burn more paper boats than we can care for. There are days when it's difficult to stay afloat, because it doesn't take a storm to sink an already capsizing boat. Blink because you're afraid to lose control every time you close your eyes. Blink because our lives are buffering thanks to faulty human connections. Blink because every rejection slip is a tip on how you're getting it right, but what's left is only the tip of the iceberg when everything below it has melted, smelted like the Titanic, supposed to be unsinkable, like fishes and their dreams, but all that remains is drowning hands reaching out with screams, and all that surfaces from their mouths is different languages of bubbles. Blink because your eyes are a magnet and I don't know the opposite side of attraction. Blink because your rib cage is a stage where all the aching insides perform. Blink because your lungs do not conform to your body. They're too swollen with sighs that no longer get a high. Blinking at a golden sunrise, there's a comfort in sunsets knowing that the last hint of light can only last so long. It'll sink beyond the horizon and blink into the darkness, and in that darkness, blink like you're playing hide and seek with the stars. Blink when your scars burn worse in memory than on your skin. Blink when someone has sinned you for too many years. Blink when the pages of your favorite book cannot contain any more tears. Happiness is elastic. The more you tug at it, the more it pulls back. But life isn't a fair stack of cards. If you aren't dealing, you're only being dealt with without feeling. I'm full of useless facts, but empty of their meaning. Like it is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open, so squeeze the life out of life when it gives you lemons. Lemonade never tasted sweeter until you blink away the sourness. Blink because no one likes living in darkness too long. Blink because you need to. Blink because you must. Blink till blinking loses its meaning. Blink till your eyes are screaming, stop, stop. Gandhi said, an eye for an eye will make the world blind. But did Helen Keller blink when she signed for the first time her new language of hands? Science understands that all of us have a blind spot inside our eye. Do we blink then at what we cannot see? Is blinking then poetry of the overdone and the underheard? Is blinking the only common word in a conversation of two bodies who are nobodies to everyone else but everybody, to no one else. So when your eye wells and the tears flow, know that time slows around the heaviest of weights. There are some gates that struggle to open, there are some gates that struggle to close, but when your mind gives up and goes to where the voices hark, know then that I'll take what little light is left and follow you into the dark.